All right, hey everybody, we're back with the ATC build for 4x4, 2x4, new and upgrade path. They're essentially going to be the same. The difference will be either the old style of mounting plate, which we'll see here, which has just 4 holes, or the new style of mounting plate, which is, you'll be coming on the 4x8, so you can watch that 4x8 spindle assembly process. And it'll give you an idea. As always, check our resources. So the items that we're gonna need for this will be, you're gonna need your wrench, a flathead screwdriver, your assortment of Allen keys. For this process, to speed it up, I'm going to be using a drill. Don't use an impact, and I've got it set to light torque specs so that I don't over tighten the screws and strip them. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox the spindle out of here. The easiest way is just to, in the foam packaging, to prevent it from getting damaged, you're just going to flip it over and pull it out. Doing it in this orientation brings the holes up to the top, which you're going to need anyways. And as well, never put this on its end. You will damage the internal side here. So never hold it upright and set it on here. So just pop it off and out. This is what the male side looks like. And we're gonna need to use this one. When we mount this bracket, we gotta be careful of the orientation. There are countersunk holes on one side, and then there are flat holes on the other. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our M4x8 flat screws and we're gonna mount it on the opposite side. So it should look like a backwards L. We're gonna put them into the 2 mounting holes at the top of the bracket. There we go. That's the way it looks. If you see that it's backwards in my next step, ignore that. Follow this process. This is the way you want it to be. Next, we're going to take our spindle mount, and the orientation matters. There'll be a slot on one side and these 2 tabs at the bottom. For the 4x8 and the 2x4 AltMills, we're going to utilize these 2 holes at the bottom, and we're going to match them up with these 2, the middle, and then the top holes. So orientation does matter. You're gonna take your M6x14 button heads, and then just pay attention to where they go. Unlike the 4x8 installation, you're gonna use all 6, where we only used 4. I've just got them lightly in there, and then I'll just hand tighten. Don't go crazy, it's aluminum body. You can strip if you over torque. Next, we're gonna swap out back to our drag chain end mount here. And we're going to put it onto these 4 holes that are near the top, utilizing our M4x8mm flatheads. You're going to want to have a friend with you, and you're going to use your M6 shoulder bolts, and you're going to need your M6x25mm, and you'll need 2 of those. The 2 M6 25s will go at the very bottom, and the 2 M6 shoulder bolts are going to go at these 2 top holes here. I'm going to pre-arrange them and get them inset into there with my socket ready to go, since I'm doing this by myself. Get yourself a friend to help this with. Okay, great. Now that we got our spindle mounted, we can carry on with the next step, which is to prep our new drag chain bracket. We're going to be removing the one that's already in the back here, but we're going to move to this one here. Orientation matters. We need our bracket oriented so that the tab is pointed up and the triangle is to the left side, or right side, I should say. It kind of looks like a backwards number 4. Similar to the other way that we had done the previous one. We'll get that out of the way. We're just going to pop off the drag chain. This will make it a lot easier for us. And it's going to get mounted in this. We're using the female end. It's got no tab onto here. It's just a complete circle. We're using the M5x10 socket head screws with the M5 lock nuts. The little tool that came with your AltMill has a little channel here that fits these guys. Can be a little bit awkward, one-handed. Great. Now we're ready for this guy to mount onto the back. Move your cables out of the way. Luckily that was loose, so I was able to pull it out. You may have already run your cables through the drag chain, which is great. We'll just set that aside for right now. Undo the 2 screws in the back and move the bracket out of the way. You're going to use these same screws, the M5x10s, to mount it. And as noticed before, orientation matters. It's going to get mounted up, so everything's in line here. You can bring your drag chain up and over. Take in your M5x10s and your M5 lock nuts. And if you're me, you'll drop them 100 times through this process. That's the bracket that's all installed now, ready to go. If you haven't already undone any of the pins on the drag chain links, take your flathead screwdriver, and there's one side that's hinged, there's another side that's a clip, and you'll want to kind of pop it up. The clip will be on the female side of the drag chain, and all you do is just put your screwdriver in, pop it up, and it all shows up. It can be a little bit complicated, but we need to run our cables through the drag chain first. Have your female side with the hole, not with the pin. The peg is going to go closest to the rear mounting bracket, and the ones with the holes are going to come up to here. They're going to face you if you're standing like this. Feed all your cables through, making sure everything is open. This is like seriously one of the most difficult ones to do. If you had 2 people, it'll be a lot easier. You can start to close it up. Okay, we've got the drag chain all nicely in. Everything's nice and neat, going all the way through. As I mentioned earlier, not to tighten this up, we're just going to undo this one screw. And we'll just set it aside for right now. We're going to tilt this out of the way in order to create enough space for all the cables and hoses to go through. Run the drag chain out and under. The drag chain in between the clip and the gantry plate that's here. We'll make adjustments to all the hoses and cables in a second. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to clip it into place, rotate it around, and make some adjustments so that all your hoses are coming through nice. Before we tighten everything down, here's our time to kind of make sure all of our drag chains, all of our hoses are coming through, and we'll connect. Now you can fasten up this last screw that's here. Air hose goes in, push it all the way down until it bottoms out and it locks into place. Give it a little tug. Multi-pin connector and 4-pin connector. 4-pin matches to the back here and it locates into a certain way. It's got slots and tabs, and then your multi-pin, exact same. Slide it in, push it down, lock it into position, and that's it. That's the spindle mounted onto the 4x4 and 2x4. Both, if you're upgrading your machine or this is a new build for you, it's pretty much the exact same way. The only difference may be depending on when you purchased your machine, whether you've got the old mounting plate with the 4 holes or the new mounting plate with 8 holes. That'll be the only difference. Check the resources to make sure you got the correct plate and away you'll go. All right, we'll see you in the next shot.